one of the dangers, but I think it's a significant danger. And
but it's not the most.
Well, I think it is in combination with the other threats we face. Because clearly, if Iran were to ever obtain a nuclear weapon, that would be unbelievably bad for us and the world. And I'm going to do everything I can to prevent that from ever happening.
Well, I hope so. Because we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
We cannot, and I have said that over and over again.
You can't.
And I have been very tough about what I would do with Iran.
Here's the deal. You start pulling U.S. troops out of Iraq, and Iraq's a mess. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Iran's going to like that. That's good for Iran. And Iran wants to dominate Iraq for a number of reasons. How are you going to stop it?
First of all, I believe that our military has fulfilled all their military missions. They got rid of Saddam Hussein. They gave the Iraqis free and fair elections. They gave the Iraqi government the space and time to make the decisions that only the Iraqis can make for themselves. There is no military solution to what we face in Iraq, which is unprecedented. It is dangerous. It is unstable. I have said that I will begin withdrawing our troops because I believe two things. Number one, because there is no military solution, we have got to emphasize the political and the diplomatic. And because, as we withdraw them, that's the only way to focus the Iraqi government on what they must do for themselves. I think it's somewhat open to debate as to whether Iran really wants to see us withdraw, and here's why. They have been an equal opportunity supporter of the militias, of the insurgents, of anybody who would pick up arms against the United States. They would have to begin to pick sides.
We spoke with Bill Oreilly about his interview. Bill, at the top of the hour, we are going to see the Oreilly Factor Part 2 with Senator Clinton, but I'm curious, what about Senator Obama? Have you interviewed him, or is he scheduled?
Well, he told me he would come on when we ran into him, almost literally, in New Hampshire in January. He said he would do that after the primaries were over, so that's June 3rd, I should say. And I think now with Hillary Clinton coming on in and getting the worldwide attention and everybody focusing, I think it would be to Senator Obama's benefit to do so, and I expect him to be a man of his word. So hopefully we'll see him in a few weeks.
But why wait till after the primaries? I mean, now is the time to reach the audience for Senator Obama. We're almost on the eve of the Indiana, North Carolina, and Senator Clinton stepped up to the plate.
Well, he's not going to do it before Indiana and North Carolina. I mean, that's for sure. Now, if it were me, I would have done it a long time ago. But you have to understand, Greta, that both Senators Clinton and Obama were threatened by MoveOn.org and other far-left kooky internet concerns, that if they cooperated with Fox News, they would be hammered by the far left on the internet, and a lot of their fundraising would dry up. These were overt threats made to all the Democratic candidates. Stay away from Fox News. To his credit, Senator Obama broke through that and went on with Chris Wallace, and then Senator Clinton went on with me. So that dissipated this blackmail extortion deal that MoveOn participated in. But there is still that backlash that far-left kooks hate Fox News, and if you come on for an interview, no matter what it's about, they try to hurt you in some way. This is the state of our country today. The far left is out of control, vicious, and has threatened all the Democratic candidates, and that's what's in play. So I don't know what the calculation is on the part of the Obama campaign, but certainly they are worried about that.
Well, Senator Clinton has been on the record. She was down about a month ago. Did her fundraising, I mean, there was no backlash from MoveOn.org or others.
But you're wrong. You're wrong. MoveOn.org has just eviscerated Senator Hillary Clinton, and so is the Daily Kos and the Huffington Post. Those are the three primary offenders. They couldn't have been more brutal to Senator Clinton. They lied about her. They smeared her. You can go there every day and see the worst language directed at her and her family. So, yeah, she came on. I think the Clintons realized that the far left was damaging them, never going to come around to their side, hates them, and so they should go to the moderate voice of America, Fox News, which has the biggest audience by far.
Bill, we're going to see this in Part 2 in just a few minutes when the Oreilly Factor starts. But tell me, what was your impression of her when she sat down and talked to you?
You know, everybody's asking me that, and all I can say is that Hillary Clinton is very professional. She's in control of her presentation, unlike some other politicians who are what we call managed. She's not. She's confident in her positions. I think tonight is I think even more intense than last night. Tonight is really an intense back and forth about the war on terror, torture, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, Iran, but I have to say that Hillary Clinton stood there, answered the questions. Sometimes she dodged, as they all do, but it was riveting. It was riveting for me, actually, after doing it, to watch it again. And so we're going to have it more tonight, and tonight is more intense than last night.
Where did you do the interview?
In the Marriott Hotel in South Bend, Indiana, one of the cleanest cities I've ever seen. Home of the Fighting Irish, as you know, Notre Dame. And it was just, you know, they said, we'll be here at 10:30, and we said, so will we, and there we go.
You asked her, I understand what we're going to hear about tonight is also immigration.
Sanctuary cities. This is really, thank you for mentioning that. This is really something. When I confront her with the sanctuary cities and the death of that 18-year-old high school football star whose mother is a sergeant serving in Iraq by an illegal alien criminal let out in Los Angeles, this is really something. So I hope everybody will tune in. I thank the Clinton campaign for making it possible. I think it's benefited them, certainly benefited Fox News, and benefited the country. You know, I got thousands of emails saying we never saw Hillary Clinton like that before.
Bill, in terms of Tuesday, North Carolina, Indiana, I mean, I think many people, I'd like to hope the whole nation is watching, but it is fascinating. We have two candidates. One's got all the votes, and one's got apparently more of the delegates, certainly more of the pledged delegates. What do you think about Tuesday? Are you going to be watching?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't see at this point, and I'm terrible at these predictions. I can pick football games all day long, but I'm terrible at politics. But it looks to me like Obama will win North Carolina fairly, you know, significantly, and then Clinton will probably win Indiana. But it'll remain the same as far as popular vote and elected delegates. So where are we this time next week? We're in the same place. The Clinton campaign is clearly holding on, believing that if one more controversy surfaces vis-a-vis Barack Obama, he's going to have to quit, that he can't get through it. The right thing almost took him down. It looks like he'll weather that. But if there's something else, then the undecided superdelegates will say he can't beat McCain. Even though he's ahead in popular vote and even though he's ahead in elected delegates, if there's something else, they'll have to go over to Hillary Clinton. So I think that's the calculation, and she's going to stay into the very, very last vote because anything could happen, as we've seen.
All right, we have a minute left. Looking at the other media, not Fox News, but the other media, has the other media picked a darling in this race? If so,
yeah, I mean, Barack Obama remains the golden boy of the newspaper industry and the far left blogs and the left-wing television people. They like Barack Obama, and they're doing everything they can to see that he's elected. That has not changed, but I think after this interview with me that Hillary Clinton's stature has risen, and they say, well, if Obama doesn't make it, it looks like Hillary can hold her own, and so that's why I think it's benefited her.
All right, well, at the top of the hour, the O'Reilly Factor Part 2, and as Bill just said, this is the more riveting of the two, if that's possible. Last night's was pretty great, Bill. It's
well, thank you, Greta. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you very much.